Okay, hi everybody. So this message is for Chandler. I know you asked us to more or less defend our platforms and the critiques that you're making against Study Space. So instead of typing out this long, expansive list paragraph thing, I'm actually going to respond to you with a vlog of my own. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the issue that you raised with my platform about the feasibility of using the turret as a study space. So I talked to Jess, who's the hospitality manager at Wilfs and the turret, and we more or less came to an agreement that if this initiative were to go through, it wouldn't cost the union anything. Sweet. So the way that this would work is that in order to ensure that the rules and regulations of the turret are being implemented and people are being held accountable to them, is that we would actually just need to station one volunteer from the union, so any volunteer representative. Just somebody would need to be there to ensure that people are using the space effectively and efficiently. Another great thing that we could do with the turret study space is that we can more or less control the noise level in it. So I think it's safe to say that when people can't study at home and they want to come to campus, you really need to find those niche areas if you want to have like a very quiet and dead zone, nobody talks kind of area. So like you think of the library, you think of some of the places in the science building, but I think it would be a really good opportunity to use the turret as a 100% quiet zone so that people who can't study at home and they want to come to campus can actually have that quiet, nobody disturbs them area to study. And again, because we'll have a volunteer there, we can more or less enforce that rule and ensure that it is being carried out properly. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the study space audit. I'm going to agree with you. I probably should have included a little bit more of this in the platform. So thank you for holding me accountable to that. And I'm actually really happy that I do have an opportunity to explain my ideas on this and ensure that everybody does know what I'm advocating on behalf of. Okay, study space audit. For those of you who don't know what it is actually an initiative that the union carried out last term that went around to all of the study spaces or anything that could be labeled as a study space on campus, and they critiqued it on a variety of components, such as lighting, if there was electricity available, how noisy it was, and then they took all of that data and they compiled it into a report. The great thing about the study audit is that now we can use this information and convey it to students. And I think most of the time is that we just don't know where all of the available study spaces are. So we think of common places like the business atrium, the library, the concourse, the science atrium. And we don't really look past those things unless you have actually just stumbled across something or someone's told you of like this one great place on like the 5th floor of some building. This is essentially what I want to do is convey that information to students. Now, Chandler, I know you're probably thinking like, Annie, this is a very aloof kind of thinking. Like, I want to see steps. I want to see what you're going to do and how you're going to implement it. Well, lucky for you, I have prepared that as well. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through how I think we can use all the great information from the study space audit and effectively turn it into a document that students can engage with, understand, and hopefully get them a little bit of a better study experience on campus. So the first step would be to analyze the information. Yes, we have all of this great data, but I think we need to look at it from a student's perspective, such as if I like to study in groups, where would be a better place to go? Or if I like dead silence, where is another place to go on campus that maybe I didn't know about? So that would be the first step. So then we can take all of the great information we gathered from the analysis stage and bring it to a creation stage. So I think that the best way for students to quickly engage with something and learn the most is a visual representation of this campus that pinpoints all of the study spaces. So for example, you're a student who wants to study with a group and needs electricity. You look at this map and say, oh, okay, well, this is the color that I'm trying to look for. Great, where is it? Okay, this, and this. So I think it's a great opportunity because it's, again, very high level. Students can look at it, get the information they need, and then hopefully go and find all the different study spaces on campus that will fit those needs. Then that brings us to an awareness stage. So how are we actually going to show this map on campus? And I kind of broken down into 3 different possibilities. The first one is putting it online, which does make sense because, again, this is a union initiative, and putting it on popular places such as yourstudentsunion.ca, which actually is willusi.com. This is, again, it's a place where people can go quickly grab information and take that away with them. Also, having a visual at busy locations. I think that a poster in the big typical study spaces such would be great. This would be put on 2 by 3 foot posters, and each poster costs about $10 in case you're wondering about costs. So effectively conveying that information to students wouldn't be too bad of an idea because, again, we do want to know where we can study, and knowledge should be accessible. Another option we have is to use social media as a platform to convey this information. For example, if we go with the turret example, we can easily just text out saying, okay, there's 30 people in the turret at this time, why don't you come and study because it's super quiet and you can get your work done. Just saying, it's an idea. I love Twitter, so I probably would use it a lot and probably check up on that. But again, it's just another one of these outlets that I think it would be effective if we convey this information to students properly. Yeah. Chandler, I really hope that answered your question. And for everyone else watching, I hope that I've also provided a little bit more information on what I'm trying to accomplish with Study Space on this campus. I just want to give a huge thank you to Chandler for asking these tough questions, because not only is it providing an opportunity for others to engage and be critical, but it's providing an opportunity for me to engage with all of you. So in my opinion, this is exactly what a Students' Union president should be doing. It's listening to people. It's being engaged with the culture at Laurier for us to better understand how we can improve the union and improve it for the students. Nobody is perfect. The Students' Union president is not going to be perfect. But we need this analysis for us to move in that direction so we can make Laurier the best place it can be. And hopefully you can tell by this video that is exactly what I'm trying to do, because I love Laurier. I want this to be an amazing campus for everyone and for everyone to engage and get this experience. But we're not going to know how to do that if you guys don't tell us or give us as much feedback as possible. So please, please, please just keep on asking these questions. Go read those platforms. Get critical. Okay, Laurier, so before I sign off, I just want to let you know that elections don't have to suck. You can get engaged, you can get informed, and that way your vote will count to what you want your next year to look like. If you want to engage with my platform, please check out annieforprez.com, or if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please tweet it at annieforprez. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and thanks so much. Bye, Laurier.